Hey guys, Magenta's back here today again with another future card Buddyfight deck profile, and this time it will be my Crimson Battlers deck, which took me quite a while to perfect. To perfect and tune to my liking. So I think this will be my final version. It's pretty good, hyper aggressive if I would say so myself. So let's just get on with the deck profile. So Buddy Monster is Extreme Blow Dragon. So I could run Drum, but I only have 4 copies of Drum, so might as well maximize the drums in my deck. The Crimson Battlers drums, that is. Okay, so for the size 3 monsters, 1 copy of 5th Omni Dragon Lord Tembu. So Tembu died, but we're still using him. So when this card enters the field, destroy all monsters on your opponent's field. So it's a really good board clear or whatever, field clear for your opponent, so you can, and its stats are not bad for 2 gauge, so you can destroy all his monsters. That's really good. So we just run 1 copy to get rid of pesky monsters. Yeah, his stats are generally just fine. I mean, nothing spectacular. Okay, so 2 copies of Burning 4, 2nd Crimson Chieftain. So core cost of 2 gauge, items on your field with Fist gets 1 crit, and he has double attack. So yeah, he has double attack, and he has 8k power, so this is one of the really good breakers in the deck. So they just destroy the center really easily with 8k power. Yeah, and of course your items get buffed. So let's say the 3 crit weapon, the Crimson Fist. So they say 3 crit is fine, so use this, call him, so it gives it 1 crit, so it becomes 4 crit. 4 crit, they will most likely block it. So if every turn you can drain off his nullifiers, that's really good for you. Okay, so next, 2 copies of Extreme Blow. So he has 7k power, 3 criticals, really good. Next, we have 2 copies of Scorching Crimson Battler Drum. So this card's a promo, so its skill, pay 1 gauge when this card enters the field. If you are not equipped with an item, you may equip an item from a drop zone with Fist in its card name by paying its equip cost. So his stats are just like the normal Crimson Battler Drum. However, he's more for the utility when you re-equip an item from your drop zone. So for consistency, we run him. So it's like, essentially it's running more weapons, but it's actually a monster that re-equips weapons. So it's good and bad. Okay, so of course the main card. So of course the main character of this whole show, Buddyfight. 4 copies, Crimson Battler Drum Bunker Dragon. His skill, pay 1 gauge, put the top card of your deck into his soul. So if you have a card equipped with Fist, this card gets Penetrate, and he has Soul Guard. So of course it's a really aggressive card, so all the items in this deck are Fist, so there will be no problem getting him to become a Penetrate monster. And he has Soul Guard, extra stickiness. However, 2k defense gets hit by almost anything, so that's one downside. However, he's still a really good card. 3 criticals. So this card, Crimson Battler Guns Knuckle Dragon. So if you have a card equipped with Fist in its card name, this card gets Penetrate. So essentially it's a drum, however it's a size 1 with lesser power, lesser critical, lesser defense, and no core cost whatsoever. So it's just a more vanilla drum. So of course, next for the size 1, we play 3 copies of Crimson Battler Spin Nail Dragon. So this guy's 6k 2 crits. So size 1 with 6k power is really good, because 6k almost destroys everything. I mean, 6k is a really magic number, like most spells only hit to 5k or something. Yeah, so imagine a size 1 that can destroy Burning 4. Burning 4, the size 3 monster. Here you see. So Burning 4 with 6k defense, so 6k defense is actually considered high for size 2 but low for size 3. I don't know what I'm saying, okay, but 6k is just really good. It's better than 1000 Rapier Dragon. So restriction is this card cannot be called to the center. However, in this hyper aggressive deck, you would leave your center open to destroy opponents with your weapon. So lastly, we run 4 copies Crimson Battler's Ignited Dragon. So it's a 3 critical monster when you have a fist. So alternatively, if you couldn't find this card, I mean, I like this card better than Spike Shoulder. No, not Spike Shoulder, Brick Shoulder. The size 1 with 1k power, 3 criticals, the vanilla. I like him more because he has 3k power, so you can break some. It's not completely useless against monsters. Yeah, because sometimes you have to get rid of the center, so 1k with the Brick Shoulder isn't gonna get you anywhere. So this guy's really good. 3k with essentially 3 criticals if you manage to pull off your weapon, which we run quite a number of in the deck. Okay, so that's it for the monsters. Mostly monsters with high criticals or penetrate, or monsters that destroy your opponent's monsters. So for weapons, we play 4 copies of Dragon Blaze. So it's just a 1 gauge 3 criticals weapon with 3k power. Not too shabby. I mean, it's really good because 3 criticals can push through really quickly. Yeah, 3 criticals a turn is like you can kill him really quickly. Like, because 3 criticals is considered high, so it's actually a high threat target. So 2 copies of Drago Burst, so equip cost of 1 life, so when you don't have the gauge you can use him. So pay 1 life, 5k power, however it's just a 2 crit weapon. So 5k power is really good. You can clear the center with this and hit hard at your opponents with high crit weapons. No, high crit monsters. What am I saying? So 3 copies of Steel Fist Dragon Knuckle, this card from BT01. So 1 life as well, and when this card deals damage to your opponent, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. So basically increases your gauge. So another pressure card, so when you attack your opponent, he has to consider if he wants to give you a gauge and eat 2 damage or just nullify it. However, there will be much stronger cards to nullify, so yeah, basically you can play mind games with your opponent. So his second skill, the first version of this card has some errata. So actually his skill is you can pay 1 gauge and gain 2k power. It doesn't have to be during this card's battle. Is it? Basically you can use it infinitely. So you just let's say you're getting through Azi Dahaka, so you just pay like 4 gauge, 5 gauge. Yeah. And you can give him a lot of power. So we run a total of 9 weapons for extra consistency. So 2 copies of Dragonic Thunder. So it's a size 1 or less monster destruction spell. So what's really good about this? Basically size 1s that threaten your good monsters, you just pay 1 gauge and destroy them. Yeah, so basically just that. So 3 copies of Primeval Dragon's Shield. So he's just a nullify. And a conditional draw. So actually you're not going to pull off the draw very often, because if your life is 1, you will probably be dead anyway. So we just run him because he's a nullify. Okay, and it's a costless nullify, much like Blue Dragon Shield, which is so hard to get. However, Blue Dragon Shield is gonna get a reprint in the next set. Yeah, so maybe I'll replace it with Blue Dragon Shield if I manage to get my hands on them. 4 copies Green Dragon Shield, standard shield, so nullify and gain 1 life. So the 1 life can add up really quickly if you nullify 4 of these and you gain 4 life. That's really significant. So of course you might be thinking, 7 shields, is it really enough? So there'll be more. Actually, they are not. It's not actually a shield, but whatever. So 4 copies of Dragonic Aura. So basically, it's your gauge increasing spell, and of course you gain 1 life. However, you can only use this if you have a weapon equipped. So it's really good because you get 2 gauge and 1 life. So the 1 life is good, but the 2 gauge is better. So you can essentially just kill your opponent in 1 turn when you use this card, because you gain a stupid amount of gauge, which you can just use your impact card. So of course, in all these Gao Mikado decks, these dragon decks that we all love and hate at the same time, of course there will be impact cards. So we play 8 impact cards. Nah, just kidding, man. So we play one of these, pay 3 gauge, destroy a card on your opponent's field and deal 2 damage to your opponent. So you may only cast this if you have 6 life or less. It's one of the impacts. So of course, I wasn't kidding about 8 impacts. However, this card actually doesn't act as an impact. So his skill, put an item from your field with Fist into your drop zone and pay 2 gauge. So for this turn, damage dealt to you by an attack becomes 0. So if you're a man, get ready. So basically, this card's really good. So essentially, it's nullify for attacks. So damage cannot be dealt to you. However, you pay 2 gauge and destroy your own item. So I mean, it's totally worth. I mean, if you're up against Purgatory Knight, which just whacks you with Damiels like 5 times, you just use this card. The whole turn, Damiels cannot deal damage to you. So essentially, it's a counter to them or any other decks as well with high critical monsters. Like, it's really good in a mirror. In a mirror match of Crimson Battlers, you just use him, and this whole turn you're immune to monster damage. Yep, so we run at 3, so essentially we have 10 shields and 2 Dragonic Thunder, which destroys monsters, so seal those shields. So we have 12, that's more than enough. So of course, impact cards that finish off your opponents, the actual ones. So 4 copies of Gigantic Crusher, so deal 4 damage to your opponent, pay 3 gauge, and damage cannot be reduced. So it's generally a really good card. However, the restrictions is you must have a Fist, and neither you nor your opponent has a monster in the center, which is pretty easy to pull off. So it's a 3 gauge for 4 damage, so it's pretty good. I mean, 3 gauge is really easy to pull off with like Dragonic Aura or like Steelfish Drago Knuckle. So essentially, you can kill off your opponent really quickly if you get this draw. Okay, so I think that's it for my Crimson Battlers deck profile. Yep, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below to show me some support. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe if you would like to see more Buddyfight deck profiles and stuff like that. So a couple of things you can look out for in the future. There will be 2 decks. The 4000 Festival deck featuring size 1 spam, and the generic Battle DD Robo deck. So be sure to stay tuned to them. It should be coming out in about 2 to 3 days time. Yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!